यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहित प्रज्ञान गण प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्माहमस्मि सोहमस्मि ब्रह्माहमस्मि। ओम प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। My best wishes and paripurna ashirvadams, all kinds of prosperity, wealth, health, with paripurna Lakshmi Katakshams to you and your family members. Now we will begin 6th chapter, verse number 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Anashritah Karma Phalam Karyam Karma Karoti Yaha Sasanyasi Cha Yogi Cha Naniragnirna Chakriyaha. As we saw in the last session, the householder is prized by Lord Krishna. As we said in the previous classes, this book is not for sannyasa. Okay, the teacher is also not sannyasi, the students also not sannyasi. So both of them were kings. After the teaching, also they continued as the kings. But the secret of karma, secret of knowledge, everything is assimilated by our ancient kings. Therefore, this Vidya is known as Raja Vidya. Even this Vidya knowledge is famous among the kings. If you talk about Upanishad, so those Upanishads were written by the rishis and emphasizing sannyasa. Now here an householder is prized and he is not compared, just he confirms that he alone sannyasi, he alone yogi. These both words are very big words. Now why he prizes them? That's what we have to analyze. Now in the first line he gives, who can perform karma without depending on the karma phala. That's very rare, because even an insert has got expectations. So all people without expectation, they cannot perform the actions. If you are able to perform the actions not considering or not depending, longing on the karma phala, you are considered sannyasi, you are considered as a yogi. Now, how much emphasizing is given on karma yogi? Krishna prizes he is sannyasi because he has given up karma phala sangha, the attachment towards or with karma phala. He is detached himself from karma. That's what we saw as a sannyasa, inner sannyasa, alone sannyasa. This outer sannyasa is not at all sannyasa. So Krishna says like this, my God, it is shocking to all people. But the fact he says that means we have to accept. This is Nahi Nindarthe. Actually, in order to praise the karma yogi, he is given an adjective. He alone sannyasi. He is equal to the sannyasi. That's what he means. Okay. Now, In the last session, we had certain information about this chapter. So those information has to be summarized again. That would be very helpful for us to assimilate the knowledge of this Dhyana Yoga, which is known also Atma Samyama Yoga. The first clarity we should have is this meditation is a process. Okay, but Patanjali says the meditation means a process which helps to cease all the thought. The cessation is the nirodha, is called meditation. Chitta vritti nirodha. That's what his meaning. But here we should have the clarity. The meditation won't help you to get moksha directly. Meditation, dhyanam na moksha karanam. You have to keep in your mind, dhyanam is not moksha karanam, means sakshat moksha karanam. Meditation cannot bring moksha directly, because meditation is a process. That process cannot help you to attain moksha. Why? Because moksha is not something which to be gained from outside. Moksha is swata siddham. Swata siddham means what? That which already exists. That which cannot be plucked from us. Moksha is our nature. Swamiji, in that case, why we are not understanding it? So will it be possible? So when we want something, so why do we look for that from outside? Is it possible? Yes, of course it is possible. One elderly person, captain of the family, was looking for something, and the wife comes, she asks, what are you looking for? He says, I am looking for my spectacles. Then she stared at him and she went back. He became a little bit annoyed and tensed. I am looking for that. I am searching for 1 hour. Nobody is helping. He started shouting, and the son came, daughter-in-law came. So nobody helped. They came, then they stared and went. This person became mad and started breaking the things and shouting lot. Then granddaughter came. She said, Tata, I can help you to get your spectacles. Then he said, please help me. No, but you have to follow what I say. Then he admitted what to be done. Tell me. Then she started drilling him like anything, because always he drills, study, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Always you kids are like this. He used to shout. She wanted to take a revenge for all that. She said that, stand up, attention, and raise your hands, bring down, take up, bring down. Then he became a little bit irritated, but he was not able to show it. Then she said, take your hands above the head, go, take, then touch your head. When he touched his head, his own head, there were spectacles. My God, he was not able to speak. What happened? Already he had the spectacles on his own head, but he was searching for it. That's what the glory of our mind is. The touching sense also was working, but the mind has the glory to forget. That's what the glory of mind. Tirodhana karyai namo namaha. The Mayaji, she helps us to forget about everything. Therefore, we are able to sleep properly. If we are not able to come out of any sad moment, that's how life will become hell. Therefore, this forgetting, sometimes it is positive, sometimes it is completely minus point, and sometimes plus point, of course. Now this self has been forgotten. How long? We don't know. How many janmas? We don't know. We can continue that. We can continue. We can continue even one more janma or thousands of more janmas also, we can continue that. But Shastra helps. Shastra brings the attention, awareness like his granddaughter brought. Therefore, we don't consider a person who is in the form of Guru, how old he is. We never consider. Age is not the barrier. Age is not the matter. Now, for Vedanta, the study of the self can be studied even young age, or elderly person too can become Acharya or student. That's what the glory of this study. The first clarity, meditation cannot give moksham, because moksham is our own nature. Okay, if our own nature means what do you need? So if he would have sat for meditation for 1 hour, he cannot get it. Then somebody should be there to inform. That informing about himself is known as knowledge. Knowledge about the self. Knowledge about the self means Atma Jnanam. That Atma Jnanam to be given by somebody by using the words of Upanishads or Prasthana Trayani, then you can be aware about yourself. Then alone you can understand the words of Patanjali, even Tada Drashtuh Swarupeva Sthanam. When you remove all the thoughts from your mind, what remains is the self. So when you can become one with the self, that is what he considers as samadhi. Now you should know what is the self. In order to realize Patanjali, even you have to study Bhagavad Gita. Though they have different language style, Krishna differs from Patanjali. Patanjali entirely different from Krishna. But the core of the knowledge is not different. Now the second thing is, will meditation bring knowledge? No. The knowledge should be supplied by the third eye. Third eye means you don't imagine here there is one more eye. It's not physical eye. Third eye is Shastra Jnanam. Shastra Jnanam with the help of Guru, because of the grace of Ishvara, you can be informed, enlightened. That self-illumination is illumined by one more person who is known as Guru. So that person, a granddaughter can teach to a person like that. Anybody can, a Shastrajnaha can teach you. Therefore, meditation is not jnana karanam. Means it is not jnana sadhanam also. Even for the knowledge of normal object also, meditation won't help, because pramanas are there. There are pratyaksha, anumana, upamana, arthapatti, anupalabdhi, shabdam pramanam. These 6 valid pramanas are only the instrument, means for knowledge, not meditation. Meditation is a process. Process means what? It has involved a certain action. That certain action to be focused on something, to be taken from the attention is withdrawn from something else to establish on something. For example, if you want to meditate, there are so many objects are prescribed. Om sound can be prescribed. You can contemplate on any mantras, or you can contemplate on a lotus, or you can contemplate on a dvipa, means a small earthenic lamp. So that's how we select an object. We draw our attention from all the side, we contemplate, we focus on it. That's what the process, the word process I'm using for that. Please try to understand. Now, moksham cannot be attained by meditation, and knowledge cannot be also attained by meditation. Then what else can be attained by the meditation? The meditation may help you to get Anima Mahimadi Ashtasiddhis. So that will come. What are they? There are 8 main extraordinary powers have been introduced in Patanjali Sutra. Anima, Mahima, Laghima, Garima, Prakamya, Praptihi, Ishitva and Vashitva Siddhihi. This Anima Mahimadi Ashtama Siddhihi. Ashtama Siddhi means the great powers. They are 8 in number, and there are so many other powers also exist. This India has got 2 lineage. These 2 lineage people. So one lineage belongs to the bank of the river Ganges. You can see in the bank of the river Ganges throughout from Rishikesh onwards up to Kashi. So there are so many ashramas, so many methods of teaching, all of them about Vedanta. Prasthanatraya, either Prasthanatraya or Brihat Prasthanatraya or Shad Darshanani or Sanskrit. You can learn all the scripture knowledge that along with Ganges. Ganges means Ganga. So the river Ganga flows with Atmajnanam, Brahmajnanam. But the river Narmada, she is flowing with yogic techniques, yogic knowledge and meditation techniques. So the bank of the river of Narmada, I have seen, so one person I met, so he has a kind of power. Whoever comes in front of him, he can tell what they think. Just, it was amazing. So just he can read your thought. Not only that, if you hide something, he can tell. So if you have something, which is not visible to others, even, not visible to anyone else other than you, he can tell that you have. And one person was there, so whatever the object was lost, he can just could see the object mentally, and he can say that object where it is. Where it is means he can have the picture. So it was true, I was amazed. And in most of the ashrams, I was, I could see they were trying to levitate themselves. They call it levitation. Levitation means, to come up from the earth. See, this anima means this is the special power. This anima means it's the smallest one, atom. You can, once you started doing meditation, if you achieve these siddhis, so this anima siddhi is nothing but you can break yourself into atoms. And people say that make yourself a smallest, but that also meaning, but one Bhashikara says you can break yourself into atom, means the body is nothing but accumulation of the cells. That's what the language which used by our Ayurveda. So cells, every individual cells, one cell became 2 cell, 2 cell became 4 cell. This is how the multiplication taken place. Now you will have the eligibility to break them. To break them means to spread them away. So you can break the unity of the cell, because every cell has is penetrated the consciousness of you. If you pluck one tissue from your body, and that tissue has your consciousness, like with the help of that meditation, the person can, break all the cells. Break all the cells means break the unity of the cells. He can separate every cell, and also he can become very smallest person. Okay, this is anima siddhi. And mahima siddhi means you can expand yourself like a mountain. and people may not understand whether you are there or not. You can expand. So anima, then anima, mahima, laghima. Laghima means you can become lightened, you can fly, you can float like a sponge. Garima means you can gain more weight, you can increase your weight, tons of weight you can increase. You know, in the Tibet there are lots of yogis, and in the Japan and the Chinese people, so they have their own techniques. You know, physically to increase your heatness, we don't consider it's not big deal, but yogic technique also very famous among in all the places like this. You know, in Kailash means in Himalayas. You can see in Kashi, in all the places which are established in the river bank of Narmada. So these places, they just make effort for this kind of siddhis. So Laghima means to become light. Garima means to increase weight. Praptihi means so you can reach wherever you want immediately. Praptihi. And this prakamyam, it's a kind of siddhi, so you can make yourself even to swim on the earth. You can penetrate. So when you dive into water, you can go into that. Now you can even transcend the earth. Prakamya siddhi. And the Ishitva siddhi means you can move any object to any places. Ishitva siddhi. Vasitva siddhi means you can just attract you, so any object you want, and you can also control them. So these things have been shown in our movies. Now people are able to do with electronic system and all, but this only because of effort, the process which is known as meditation. So I have not given complete meaning of this 8 because that's a big topic. You know, it has got lots of branches, and there are sattva, tamas, rajas are involved. There are so many things, aspects are involved. So how a person can gain it? By focusing on something, will he be able to get it? Yes, of course. There are technical terms of samyama, as I told in the last chapter. I think you might have been remembering it. So this samyama means dharana, dhyanam, samadhi, all together are called samyama. You select any topic or you select any object, you just focus on that object. Only you have to be with that vritti. See, when you keep a lotus in front of you, just you focus on that lotus. It means what? You remain one with that vritti. That vritti will, see, that's what, you know, the thing is, when you hear listen to any music, you can become one with that music. That music can bring your health. Therefore we suggest to listen to the Carnatic music. Carnatic music means any instrumental music. Even people say the veena, the rhythm of veena can purify your heart function. It nourishes the heart. When you become one with that music, it can communicate, it can transact something. So these techniques are valid and they are very powerful techniques. But only one thing is, you need to have long time. You need to spend lots of time. In engage, I was also interested on these things. Thank God somehow we got vairagya, because I have seen many people, even people for 20 years making effort and continuously making effort for something which they want to have. One person, he wants to fly, still he is making effort. So if at all you give, you gain that power, what will happen? If at all you gain the power to fly, what will happen? Nothing will happen. Your ego will be satisfied. Or if you want to show to others, and people will amaze, definitely. One day they will amaze. Or 1 year they will be amazed. And everybody, they have their own work, job to do. In order to attract the people, so you have to spend lots of the your value of time of the life. Not only that, in order to self satisfaction, everything is lying on the self satisfaction. So once you satisfied bus, so for example, if I have the capacity to fly, what will happen? In future, people are, the people, if somebody is talking on the street, I am flying on that side. That person who is not aware about myself and he was amazed, look at somebody is flying. Then another person, I know that, Guhatmananda, And people also, whoever invite, they don't send car, they will ask me to come, Swamiji, you fly just and reach the place. That's all. So human mind, it goes for next. So once excitement goes down, so whatever, even if Lord comes in front of you, we become excited and we become normal. That's what the tendency of the mind. Don't lose our effort. Therefore, you can get extra powers by meditation, but not preferable. If you want to get improve, because human life is very short, and people are, I know, people are valuing like anything. If somebody is living more than 100 years, more than 150 years, so some of them are, they say that one person who is living for 200 years. So if that person is living for 200 years, if he feels satisfied, that is okay. But you think about that, life has to be meaningful. So you should get some kind of self-satisfaction. That satisfaction has to be complete one. For the complete satisfaction, this yogic technique won't help, because once you gain some power, if for example, if you are able to fly, if somebody is having two powers, then you will feel inferior and he will get superior. So this complex will take place, because the nature of the world is not to give complete satisfaction. My dear, please remove them from your mind and go for the proper destination. Don't get deviated. All these things are ego play. So don't get lost in that. That's what our suggestion is. But if you people want to continue, you people can continue. Patanjali Yoga Sutra contains all the techniques. Now there are translations. There will be gurus. So if you want to continue with that, you can. Nobody can stop. That's what the freedom of our Sanatana Dharma. Even nobody is asking you, except your family members, why are you not going to the temple? Why are you not having the belief of God? No. The freedom is the speciality of our Dharma. We have to enjoy the freedom, but we should not abuse the freedom. We have to utilize that freedom properly. So this knowledge, the meditation cannot give moksha. So moksha can be achieved only through knowledge. Meditation won't help even for that knowledge. The knowledge only comes through somebody else, because the scripture alone can talk. So meditation can give extra powers. We are not preparing it. This is the pre-understanding before entering into this chapter. But this meditation can help a lot to a person, one who has achieved knowledge. So he can use the meditation as a process in which he can become firm with that knowledge. Okay, this is what Krishna is emphasizing. Now we are coming back to the words. So the person, one who is not depending on the karma pala, but still he performs all the duties what to be performed, that person is nothing but sannyasi. He is yogi alone. Na niragnihi na cha akriyaha. Akriyaha means the person is sitting in the meditation. and who is called yogi, and who doesn't involve with all the worldly activity, that person is called yogi. Yogi means who is making effort for all the siddhis or samadhis. This yogi, karma yogi, who is the equal person to that yogi alone. It means the person who says is not normal, Bhagavan Krishna himself, he is saying this. So we are continuing with this knowledge with to the next words. Yam sanyasamiti prahuhu yogam tam vidhi pandava nahya sanyasta sankalpaha yogi bhavati kaschana. Now he is comparing the sannyasa word with karma yoga. What happens? So whatever is known as sannyasa, sannyasa means what? To give up. To give up. So yam sannyasam iti prahuhu tam yogam vidhi. So sannyasa means nothing but yoga. In the karma yoga, the person also gives up what? All the sankalpas. Then he becomes yogi. What is that sankalpa? We will see a little bit elaborately in the next episode tomorrow. Harihi Om.